Hello friends, welcome to my channel, and again I am back with some new content for all of y'all. And in this video today we will uncover what is the correct way of introducing yourself. Okay, so very often I have seen people introducing themselves as, hey, myself, Mr. So and so. Okay, so is that the correct way? Okay, so let's understand what's the correct way of introducing yourself, what's not correct, and why it is not correct. Okay, so just stay with me till the end of this video and you are going to uncover what is correct, what is not correct, and why it is not correct. Yeah, so let's get started. So, myself, Shivangi, versus I am Shivangi. Which one is correct? So let me tell you one thing, friends. When we talk about English grammar, okay, so words like myself, himself, herself, ourselves, all these are known as reflexive pronouns. Okay, all these are known as reflexive pronouns. Now, what is a reflexive pronoun? Reflexive pronoun is something that reflects upon. Okay, so now if I stand in front of the mirror, okay, so it will be my reflection. Okay, if you stand in front of the mirror, it will be your reflection. So something that reflects upon. So the moment I say reflexive pronoun, okay, which means we need to have something as base that needs to be reflected. Okay, so if myself is a reflexive pronoun, okay, it has to have something that it reflects upon. So say, for example, if I say, hey, I myself, baked the cake. I myself. So that's correct. Okay. Why? Because I is the subject and myself is reflecting upon I. Okay. Just let me put this down. I myself baked the cake. I myself baked the cake. What does this mean? That I is the subject and myself baked the cake, which means myself is reflecting upon the base I. So this is absolutely correct. But the moment I say, myself Shivangi, this is incorrect. Why is this incorrect? Because myself is not playing its role here. It's not fulfilling its function of reflexive pronoun. And the function of reflexive pronoun is to reflect. So here myself is being used as the subject of the sentence. It is not reflecting upon something. You can make use of reflexive pronouns only when you have an antecedent, only when you have a base which can be reflected upon. So I can make use of myself when I is present in the sentence. Just like here, I myself baked the cake. Just like in this example, sometimes I keep my anger to myself. Okay, so myself is absolutely correct here. Why is it correct? Because I have an antecedent, I have a base. Antecedent means something that comes before the pronoun, something that comes before the pronoun. So here I have I. Yeah, so this is absolutely correct. Okay, but when I say myself Shivangi, I do not have an antecedent. I do not have anything as a base, okay, which can be reflected upon. So myself using in isolation, using myself individually is absolutely incorrect, friends. Absolutely incorrect. If you have to make use of myself, please make sure that you have a base I in it. If you want to make use of herself, please make sure that you have she as a pronoun or, or some noun, some female noun. So say, for example, Shivangi herself did it. Okay, or she herself did it. That's correct. Okay, so if you have to make use of a reflexive pronoun, you have to have a base. You have to have a subject that can be reflected upon. Okay, so that's why myself Shivangi is an absolutely incorrect way of introducing yourself. And why is it incorrect? Because myself is a reflexive pronoun, and reflexive pronoun can be used only when there is an antecedent, only when there is a base pronoun. You cannot make use of reflexive pronouns individually. Okay, so I hope you understood why myself, Shivangi, is an incorrect way of introducing yourself. It's absolutely incorrect. Okay, grammatically, absolutely incorrect. So now let's look at few sentences and let's understand. So when I say students who finish their assignment themselves are wise. Now, is this correct? Using themselves in this sentence, is this correct? It's absolutely correct. Why is it correct? Because I have a base here. I have students as my subject, and then what is reflecting upon is themselves. So themselves is reflecting upon the students. So students themselves are wise. It's absolutely correct. So themselves is correct because I have a base, I have a subject, students here. Okay, so themselves is reflecting upon students. Look at the second sentence. You can congratulate yourself. Is this correct? It's absolutely correct. Why? Because yourself is reflecting upon you. Okay, you have a subject, you. And so if you have an antecedent, if you have a subject, you can definitely go ahead and use the reflexive pronoun. So you can congratulate yourself. Okay, so look at the third one. She promised herself to give the best shot. Now she is the base, antecedent. Okay, antecedent. And what is an antecedent? Antecedent means something that comes before the reflexive pronoun. So what comes before the reflexive pronoun? She. She comes before the reflexive pronoun. So because I have an antecedent she, I can very well go ahead with this sentence. It's absolutely correct. I can very well make use of reflexive pronouns here. Okay. So are we clear? So we cannot make use of reflexive pronouns individually. Herself, so and so, myself, so and so. Absolutely incorrect. Okay. But you can make use of reflexive pronouns only when you have a subject pronoun to reflect upon. So you need to have a subject pronoun like I, she, you, etc. Or a noun like students we have in this sentence. Look at these sentences. Jim and myself are responsible for this decision. Now, is this sentence correct? By now, you should know that this is absolutely incorrect because I need myself. Okay, I need an antecedent to use myself. And here there is no antecedent. Okay, there is no antecedent. Myself is being used as the subject of the sentence. So which is not correct, friends, which is absolutely not correct. So what is correct? The correct expression is Jim and I. Jim and I are responsible for this decision. Okay, and also not Jim and me. You cannot make use of me in this sentence because me is an object pronoun, and object pronoun cannot be used as a subject because here I'm talking about the subject. I'm talking about Jim and I. Jim and I are the subjects of the sentence. They are performing the action. They are the subjects of the sentence. So if you're talking about the subject, it is imperative, it is important, okay, that you make use of subject pronouns, friends. You make use of subject pronouns. So Jim and I are responsible for this decision is absolutely correct. Not Jim and myself, not Jim and me, etc. Okay. Now look at this. These conclusions are made by myself. Now tell me, is that correct? Is there an antecedent? Do we have any base which can be reflected upon wherein, we can make use of myself? I don't see any base over here. I just see myself individually. So it's incorrect. So what's the correct expression? The correct expression is that these conclusions are made by me. Now what is me over here? Me is an object pronoun. Me is an object pronoun. Okay, so that's why me is correct. Now always remember one thing, object pronoun. Okay, object pronoun will always be an object of either the verb. So you have a verb and then the OP, object pronoun, or you can have a preposition and then the OP, that's the object pronoun. So here, this is the second case. You have a preposition by, and then you have an object pronoun me. Verb, so if I say she loves him, look at this. Loves is the verb and him is the object pronoun. Okay, so always remember, object pronoun you cannot use as a subject of the sentence, but object pronoun should be used only when it is an object of the verb or when it is an object of the preposition. I hope by now you're very clear what's the correct way of introducing yourself, why my using myself individually is incorrect, what are reflexive pronouns, how should you use reflexive pronouns in the sentence, etc. Okay, so now this is one sentence that I generally throw at the end of the video and expect you to see the video till the end and answer the questions, so that I'm also happy that you have understood, my concept has reached you, and I will keep bringing such new concepts to you so that your English can be error free. Okay, so let's look at the last sentence. The sweets were meant for ourselves. Ourselves is a reflexive pronoun. Can I make use of reflexive pronouns individually? Individually for ourselves. Do I have an antecedent here? Do I have any base here? Okay, which should be reflected upon. I don't have any base here. I don't have any antecedent here. So is ourselves correct? Please comment and tell me if it is correct. And if it is not correct, what is the correct expression? What is the correct answer? And I will definitely wait for your comments, your answers. And let's catch up in the next video. Goodbye. Thank you.